We standing at the crossroads now, where the legends made the deal. Listen to that glass slide talk. Drop the weight. Drop the weight. Drop the weight. Drop the weight. Standing in the center where the dirt roads meet, feeling all the history rising from the street. The glass slide crying on the heavy steel string, listening closely to the shadows as they sing. No heavy complications, just the wood and the bone. Operating out here completely in the zone. Got the massive 808 rattling the midnight dust, trading all the shiny modern machinery for rust. The dobro guitar weeping in the background haze, navigating slowly through the intersection maze. We engineered the delta just to make the speakers bleed, giving the frequency exactly what it needs.
Can you hear the metal crying in the dark?
Leaving on the crossroads a permanent mark.
We floating in the Delta State. Crossroad echoes ringing through the dust, trading all the shiny metal for the rust.
Deep in the heavy groove where the quiet mind stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast sway. Headlights cutting through the thick Delta fog, writing down the history in the midnight log. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the decay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that dusty prestige, the authentic raw tear, the only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the empty intersection to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rush in the delivery, no force in the design, taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time. You feel that frequency in your chest? That's the 808 meeting your two-stick wood. It's a heavy conversation. You just gotta stand there and listen. Bring that fat bass back. Let it drag. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way.
Reaching the final hour, but the soul is still tight. We moving through the center of the heavy night. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenity, we didn't check the price. The strings find the pocket, the groove.
Listen to the water hitting the glass. We safe inside, let the hollow body guitar do the talk. Let it pour. Water drops tracing little paths on the pane, washing all the static right out of the brain. The hollow body guitar playing warm in the dark, leaving on the midnight an invisible mark. Got the breathy saxophone whispering close to the ear, the only type of frequency we welcome in here. Sinking in the leather, watching the needle spin, letting all the heavy quiet energy in. The rose piano painting with a velvet brush, turning all the city noise down to a hush. We engineered the jazz just to make the speakers bleed, giving the rainy night exactly what it needs.
Can you feel the tempo slowing to a crawl?
Watching the heavy shadows dancing on the wall.
We floating in a rainy state.
Window pane jazz playing in the dark.
Leaving on the timeline an invisible mark. Deep in the velvet groove where the quiet minds stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way.
Low light glowing from the amplified tube, getting totally lost inside the velvet cube. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's the dusty prestige, the authentic raw tear, the only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the quiet leather chair to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rush in the delivery, no force in the design, taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time. You hear that air in the saxophone? That's the human breath turning into pure melody. We don't need to be loud when the rain is doing the percussion. Bring that warm bass back, let it walk. Window pane jazz playing in the dark, the deepen on the timeline an invisible mark.
Deep in the velvet groove where the quiet minds stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way. Window pane jazz playing in the dark, leaving on the timeline an invisible mark.
Deep in the velvet groove where the quiet minds stay.
Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way.
Reaching the final hour, but the mind is still bright. We moving through the center of the rainy night. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenity, we didn't check the price. The brass finds the pocket, the groove is locked and sealed.
The beauty of the jazz is completely veiled.
Close your eyes, feel the keys moving from left to right. Let the gravity pull you all the way down into the cushions.
Sinking,
Shrinking,
sinking,
shrinking,
survive.
sinking deep down in the middle of the room, sweeping out the static with a heavy sonic broom. The world is waving like a pendulum in time, making sure the entire frequency is feeling prime. No energy to stand, no energy to walk, letting the Alamog machinery do the heavy talk. Got the fat med bass wrapping around the tired bones, operating strictly in the lowest of the tones. The electric guitar sliding gently in the back, keeping all the neo so heavy on the track. We engineered the weight just to make the speakers bleed, giving the heavy eyes
Exactly what day? Can you feel the frequency pulling you below?
nowhere else in the entire universe to go.
Go, we floating in a heavy state. Ooh, velvet sinking, waving in the dark.
Leaving on the timeline an invisible market.
Deep in the heavy groove where the quiet mind stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way. City lights,
City lights bleeding right through the closed eyes, watching all the heavy modern expectations drop and die. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that dusty prestige, the authentic raw tear, the only type of frequencies that we tolerate out here. From the velvet cushion to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time. You feel that bass right in the center of your chest? That's the mold synthesizing, it's round, it's warm, and it's heavy. We don't need a million layers, just the right foundation. Bring that fat bass back, let it wave.
velvet sinking, waving in the dark.
Leaving on the timeline an invisible mark.
Deep in the heavy groove where the quiet mind stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way. Velvet sinking, waving in the dark.
Leaving on the timeline an invisible mark.
Deep in the heavy groove where the quiet mind stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way.
You see all those lights down there? Millions of frequencies. Right up here, we got the flute and the breeze. Let it breathe. Looking down from the tower at the midnight grid, keeping all the heavy secrets that the city hid. The jazz flute flooding right above the snare, pulling all the static right out of the air. No need to hit the pavement, no need to rush the pace. Just occupy exactly our specific space. Got the muted bass walking on the avenue line, taking all the vintage pieces of the grand design. The India Roads piano glowing like a street lamp, giving the entire session an authentic stamp. We engineered the breeze just to make the speakers bleed, giving the heavy eyes exactly what they need.
Can you feel the tempo floating over the town?
Watching all the heavy situations breaking down.
We floating in an elevated state. Midnight airway blowing in the dark, leaving on the skyline an invisible mark. Deep in the velvet groove, where the quiet minds stay, cruising through the shadows of the East Coast way. Let it be.
Sirens in the distance, fading into the blend, knowing that the midnight chiller's a reliable friend. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that dusty prestige, the authentic raw tear, the only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the open glass window to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time.
You hear Harry's hips on a beat, right on top of the bass. It's the ultimate contrast, the feather in the concrete. We don't need a shout to be heard above the traffic. Bring that heavy groove back, let it walk. In that airway blowing in the dark, leaving on the skyline an invisible mark. Deep in the velvet groove, where the quiet minds stay, cruising through the shadows of the East Coast way. Midnight airway blowing in the dark, leaving on the skyline an invisible mark. Deep in the velvet groove, where the quiet minds stay, cruising through the shadows of the East Coast way.
Reaching the final hour, but the mind is still bright. We moving through the center of the heavy night. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenity, we didn't check the price. The flute finds a pocket, the groove is locked and sealed. The beauty. Lead a code at the door. We in the velvet room tonight. Listen to the metal plates ring. Listen to the congas breathe. Let it shimmer. Let it shimmer. Low lights, hitting on the crystal glass. Watching the absolute elite of the midnight pass. The robber room ringing out a golden tone. Operating complete in the velvet zone. No heavy complications, just the rhythm in the skin. Open the heavy doors, letting everybody in. Got the gentle congas walking softly in the back. Adding that organic heavy texture to the track. The muted jazz guitar sliding right underneath. Pulling the expensive frequency out of the sheath. We engineer the lounge just to make the speakers bleed. Giving the heavy eyes exactly what they need.
Can you feel the elegance glowing in the dark?
Leaving on the luxury and invisible mark.
Leaving on the luxury and invisible mark.
Vintage velvet lounge dreaming in the night.
Vintage velvet lounge ringing in the night.
Keeping all the heavy frequencies entirely out of sight.
Deep in the elegant groove where the quiet minds stay.
Cruising through the luxury of the West Coast way. Velvet curtains blocking out the street. Focusing entirely on the rhythm and the beat. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay. Letting all the complex situations wash away. It's the dusty prestige, the authentic raw tier. The only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the empty lobby bar to the endless half dream. We're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design. Taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time. You hear that subtle rhythm in the back? That's the conga. It gives the boom bap a heartbeat, makes it human. We don't need a massive club, just a corner booth and the right frequency. Bring that heavy groove back. Let it walk.
Vintage velvet lounge ringing in the night.
Keeping all the heavy frequencies entirely out of sight.
Deep in the elegant grooves where the quiet minds stay.
Cruising through the luxury of the West Coast way. Vintage velvet lounge. Hiking right down past the heavy coral reef, finding that absolute beautiful relief. The low pass filter keeping all the treble out, washing away every single drop of the doubt. No heavy complication, just the pressure in the deep. Finding the exact type of promises we keep. Got the smooth sub bass moving like a tidal wave, echoing around inside the underwater cave. The grand piano playing from the bottom of the sea, unlocking all the chains and setting everybody free. We engineered the ocean just to make the speakers bleed, giving the heavy mind exactly what it needs.
Can you feel the pressure washing it away?
Leaving all the static from the middle of the day.
Leaving all the static from the middle of the day.
Submerged J's,
Playing in the dirt, leaving on the ocean floor an invisible mark deep in the muffled groove where the quiet mind stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast waves. Playing in the dark, leaving on the ocean floor an invisible mark deep in the muffled groove where the quiet mind stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast waves.
Slow underneath the heavy tide, nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that dusty prestige, the authentic raw tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the empty ocean floor to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time. You hear that low pass filter? It takes the edge off everything. The world is too loud, sometimes you just need to put your head under the water. Just you, the bass, and your heartbeat. Bring that heavy groove back. Let it ripple.
Submerged key, playing in the dark, leaving on the ocean floor an invisible mark deep in the muffled groove where the quiet mind stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast. Submerged keys, playing in the dark, leaving on the ocean floor an invisible mark deep in the muffled groove where the quiet mind stay. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast.
Reaching the final hour, but the mind is fully clear. Nothing but the beautiful serenity down here. Every single syllable.
Watching the steam rising up from the cup, taking it easy while the city wakes up. The clean Stratocaster sliding right on the fret, paying off every single musical debt. No heavy complications, just the beans and the roast, making sure we giving everybody the most. Got the groovy electric bass walking the line. Everything is looking absolutely divine. The DJ in the corner dropping needle to wax, keeping all the heavy instrumental facts. We engineered the morning just to make the speakers hum, waiting for the beautiful tomorrow to come.
Can you taste the rhythm pouring in the cup?
Yeah.
Watching all the heavy frequencies waking up.
Yeah.
Watching all the heavy frequencies waking up. Roasted frequencies playing in the light, washing away all the shadows of the night.
Deep in the morning groove where the clear heads stay, starting up the engine of the West Coast way. Yeah. Ready.
In the morning groove where the clear heads stay, sunlight hitting on the wooden floor, leaving all the heavy baggage right at the door. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that roasted prestige, the authentic clean tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty espresso shot to the endless clear sky, watching the entire metropolis passing by. No rush in the delivery, no force in the design, taking our absolute beautiful stress-free time.
Yeah. You hear that clean tone on the guitar? No distortion, no heavy effects, just the wood, the wire, and the fingers. Combine that with the smell of the roast and you got the perfect morning. Bring that groovy bass back. Let it walk.
Roasted frequencies playing in the light, washing away all the shadows of the night.
Deep in the morning groove where the clear heads stay, starting up the engine of the West Coast way. Yeah.
Deep in the morning groove where the clear heads stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roasted frequencies playing in the light, washing away all the shadows of the night.
Deep in the morning groove where the clear heads stay.
Deep in the morning groove where the clear heads stay.
Watch the street lights blur into a single golden line. Listen to the bass slide. That's the sound of moving forward without rushing. Let it glide. City lights flashing right across the empty sea, matching up the movement with the heavy midnight beat. The fretless bass sliding underneath the metal floor, leaving all the heavy expectations at the door. No heavy complications, just the window and the rail. Watching all the modern static totally fail. Got the slide set, the sides are crying in the upper tier, making sure the destination's absolutely clear.
The ambient nerve moving like a neon sign.
taking all the broken pieces and the grand design.
We engineered the transit just to make the speakers bleed, giving the heavy eyes exactly what they need. Can you feel the frequency moving through the night?
Watching all the heavy situations
Fade for sea. Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast Way. Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast Way.
Take a slide, keep it moving. Orange glow reflecting on the tire window pane, washing all the complex static totally down the drain. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that moving prestige, the authentic clean tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty platform to the endless clear sky, watching the
watch the street light blur into a single golden line. Listen to the bass slide. That's the sound of moving forward without rushing. Let it back.
city lights flashing right across the empty seat, matching up the movement with the heavy midnight beat. The fretless bass sliding underneath the metal flow, leaving all the heavy expectations at the door. No heavy complications, just the window and the rail. Watching all the modern static totally fail. Got the skull synthesizer crying in the upper tier, making sure the destination's absolutely clear.
The emitter glowing like a neon sign,
Taking all the broken pieces and the grand design.
we engineered the transit just to make the speakers bleed, giving the heavy eyes exactly what they need. Can you feel the frequency moving through the night?
Watching all the heavy situations
Fade from sleep. Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast Way. Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast Way.
glow reflecting on the tire window pane, washing all the complex static totally down the drain. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complex situations wash away. It's that moving prestige, the authentic clean tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty platform to the endless clear sky, watching the entire metropolis passing by. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful stress-free time.
You feel how that bass never stops? It just melts from one note to the next.
No frets, no boundaries, just pure, continuous motion. We on the night line now, everybody else is asleep. Bring that sliding groove back, let it walk.
Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast way. Nightline glide, rolling through the dark, leaving on the city grid an invisible mark. Deep in the moving groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising down the transit of the West Coast way. Reaching the final stop, but the mind is still bright. We moving completely through the center of the night. Every single syllable is measured in
Three in the morning, red leather booth. Listen to that alto sax, crying in the rain. We're the only ones left awake. Let it pour. Let it pour. Let it pour. Yeah.
Neon buzzing right outside the double glass, watching the lonely ghosts of the midnight past. The alto sax crying out a heavy dark tune, sitting completely silent underneath the silver moon. No heavy expectations, just ceramic heat, feeling the vibration coming up from the street. Got the upright bass, walking slow on the wood, understanding everything that the midnight understood. The rose piano painted with a moody dog brush, turning all the city sirens down to a hush. We engineered the diner just to make the speakers bleed, giving the insomnia exactly what it needs.
Can you feel the neon burning through the dark?
Leaving on the empty counter, invisible mark.
Creeping in a 3 a.m. state.
Yeah,
Creeping in a 3 a.m. state.
slowly.
Neon down away, hiding from the rain.
Washing all the heavy thoughts completely down the drain.
Deep in the midnight groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way. Deep in the midnight groove of the organized stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast run.
Sugar hitting the bottom of the heavy white cup. No reason to hurry, no reason to look up. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the delay, letting all the complaints situations wash away. It's that dusty prestige, the authentic raw tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate out here. From the empty red booth to the endless half dream, we're the undisputed champions of the heavy scheme. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design. taking our absolute beautiful slow motion time.
You hear how that upright bass walks, it paces back and forth like a detective trying to crack the case. But there's no mystery tonight, just coffee and the frequency. Bring that heavy groove back, let it walk. Neon diner way, hiding from the rain, washing all the heavy thoughts completely down the drain. Deep in the midnight groove where the quiet minds stay, cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way. Cruising through the shadows of the West Coast way.
In the final hour, leaving money on the bar, walking back into the shadows to the heavy classic car. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenade.
Night is officially over. We made it through to the goal. Hey, hey. Listen to those nylon strings. That's the sound of a brand new page.
Welcome to light, stepping right out of the diner into the glow. Watching the heavy shadows packing up to go. The nylon guitar bringing warmth to the cold concrete, making the entire midnight mission feel complete. No heavy complications, just the start of the day. Washing every remnant of the static away. Got the round sub bass moving gentle and bright, closing the final chapter on the heavy night. The Mac whistle floating, calling out in the clear, bringing the highest level of the frequency here. We engineered the morning just to make the speakers hum, knowing that the beautiful tomorrow has come.
Can you feel the sunlight touching the ground?
Waking up the entire city with the beautiful sound.
We floating on the blend back down. Golden horizon, stepping into the light.
Leaving all the heavy baggage back in the night.
Deep in the mellow morning where the clear heads stay. Starting up a brand new chapter, the West Coast way. Golden rays reflecting off the hood of the car.
Yeah, knowing exactly who we were and who we are, we calibrated the vibe, we measured the tone. Sitting in the morning light, sitting on the throne. It's that quiet prestige, the authentic calm tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty pavement to the endless clear sky, watching the entire universe passing by. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful stress-free time. You hear that, a toasty warmth? That's not programmed, that's wood and nylon vibrating in the real world. The night teaches you lessons, but the morning gives you the reward. Bring that warm bass back. Let it walk.
Flying deep in the mellow morning where the clear heads stay. Starting up a brand new chapter, the West Coast way.
Strain.
Feel that breeze. The whole block is waking up. Listen to the wood on that piano, just keep walking smooth with it. Take a step.
Stepping on the cracks in the morning light, leaving all the heavy shadows back in the night. The upright piano hitting bright on the wood, making sure the entire neighborhood understood. No heavy complications, just the air in the lung. Listen to the melody, the morning is sung. Got the smooth electric bass walking right by my side, taking the entire metropolis for a ride. The shakers in the background, keeping the pace, putting a permanent smile right on the face. We engineered the stroll just to make the speakers hum, knowing that the beautiful tomorrow is come.
Now can you feel the rhythm walking down the street?
Moving the entire city.
We floating on the morning breeze. Sidewalk stroll, stepping in the light, washing away all the remnants of the night. Deep in the bouncy groove where the clear and stay, walking down the avenue, the West Coast way.
Sunlight hitting on the brick in the glass, watching all the heavy traffic totally pass. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the tone, walking down the boulevard, completely in the zone. It's that bright prestige, the authentic calm tier, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty crosswalk to the endless clear sky, watching the entire universe passing by. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful stress-free time. If you don't strap us in a bag, that's the sound of momentum. You can't stay still when the beat is walking. The night was heavy, but the morning is light. Bring that smooth bass back. Let it step, let it step, let it step, let it step.
Sidewalk stroll, stepping in the light, washing away all the remnants of the night. Deep in the bouncy groove where the clear stay, walking down the avenue, the West Coast way. Groove where the clear stay, walking down the avenue, the West Coast way. Deep in the bouncy groove where the clear stay, walking down the avenue, the West Coast way. But the legs are still light. We're moving completely out the shadows of night. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenity, we didn't check the price. The keys find a pocket, the groove is locked and sealed. The beauty of the morning walk is fully We made it all the way home. The journey is done.
Listen to the wood creak, listen to the bells chime.
Let it rest.
Let it rest. Rocking back and forth in the morning breeze, putting all the heavy midnight memories at ease. The ground is here sparkling like the morning dew, looking at the world from an entirely different view. No heavy complications, just the wood and the string. Listening to the final song the morning has to sing. Got the smooth upright bass walking across the lawn, celebrating everything that happened at the dawn. The warm rose peeing, laying out the golden mat, petting on the head of the neighborhood cat. We engineered the Sunday just to make the speakers hum, knowing that the beautiful finale has come.
Can you feel the peaceful rhythm in the air?
Leaving every single piece of the heavy burden there.
Can you feel the peaceful rhythm in the air?
Leaving every single piece of the heavy burden there.
Sunday porch finale, resting in the light, closing out the final chapter of the heavy night.
Deep in the morning groove,
Where the clear heads stay, resting at the finish line, the West Coast way.
turning over pages of the Sunday news, washing out the final remnants of the midnight blues. We calibrated the vibe, we measured the tone, sitting on the wooden porch, completely in the zone. It's that bright prestige, the authentic calm here, the only type of frequency that we tolerate here. From the empty front yard to the endless clear sky, watching the entire universe passing by. No rushing the delivery, no forcing the design, taking our absolute beautiful stress-free time.
You hear that chime? That's the sound of closure. The night was long, the road was dusty, but the porch is always waiting. We don't need to go anywhere else today. Bring that smooth bass back one last time. Sunday porch finale, resting in the light, closing out the final chapter of the heavy night. Deep in the morning groove, where the clear heads stay, resting at the finish line, the West Coast way. Sunday porch finale, resting in the light, closing out the final chapter of the heavy night. Deep in the morning groove, where the clear heads stay, resting at the finish line, the West Coast way. Sunday porch finale, resting in the light, closing out the final chapter of the heavy night. Deep in the morning groove, where the clear heads stay, resting at the finish line, the West Coast way.
Yeah, we say the final page. The story is complete, nothing left to do but rest the heavy tired feet. Every single syllable is measured and precise. We paid for the serenity, we didn't check the price. The bells fine to pocket the G.